Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of An Everyday Life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with asbestos syndrome and other conditions that comes in the territory to give you guys a heads up of my life journey and what it's like for me as a person. As you gotta be aware, as I said so many times before, everyone that has that misconception at the moment of basically all autistics are the same, but they're not. Obviously all autistics are different in their age and stage and their developmental stage, especially for the sake of their condition and whatnot of what they grow up to. So in order to do, guys, basically if you've been following me right now, also I've been doing some more of the health and awareness video series based on social anxiety and everything else that I'm hoping just to, like I said, tidy up before I get into what I want to address with you all, which is hopefully, like, I went to an autism meeting, conference, or what have you, just like as of the 30th of November, which was Wednesday, and I'm hoping to in the next few days bring out some topics on that, which that's going to be basically covering what the organization is, about, how they can help us, all about them in the way of their services here in New Zealand and whatnot, as well as hopefully in the second part, to make it real short and brief, what I've actually learnt in the way of, the story of the lady's personal life story with asbestos syndrome, how she lives with it every day-to-day situation. So, and for the do, guys, basically this one's about how to help someone with a panic attack. This is going to be broken down into 3 parts. So the first part obviously is recognizing the situation is part 1, part 2 is putting them at ease, and part 3 will be tackling severe panic attacks. So let's begin this before I run out of time. So part 1, let's begin this. As you know, basically when you witnessed a friend, family member, or whoever that has a panic attack, it can be an alarming and overwhelming experience for us all, especially for the ones that are suffering from it or going through this panic attack. You as a person, as a witness, may feel helpless at times like these, or you feel hopeless in what it seems like a very simple situation, but often the case it isn't. To help with these episodes that you set witness of these panic attacks with your friends, family member, or whoever, pass as swiftly as possible. Maybe you can follow these step by step. And just as a disclaimer before I continue on, also, I'm no medical doctor, as I've always been saying. I'm just a normal everyday being, sharing my life stories with asbestos syndrome, sharing you guys my life experiences, and maybe some life lessons along the way of what I've been taught. So if you see any of the warning signs, symptoms of what I addressed here, or based on the mental health theories, or whatever topics that you feel that I needed to address, seek professional help or second opinion, for yourself or for your loved one. Also be in mind, as I say so many times before, that you guys are better than what you're personally struggling with and stuff. Just seek some support for yourself, and I don't forever condone self-harm in any way. So part 1, recognizing the situation. Number 1, understand what the person that is going through, that is having that panic attack. People with a panic disorder may have sudden and repeated attacks of fear that may last for several minutes, up to an hour, but really over that, because the body simply does not physically have enough energy to panic for that long. However, panic attacks are characterized by a fear of a disaster or of losing control, even when there is no real danger around them. A panic attack can occur without warning for no obvious reason. In extreme cases, the symptoms may be accompanied by an acute fear of dying, although they are quite distressing and can last from 5 minutes to somewhere over an hour. Panic attacks aren't life-threatening on their own. So my advice here for this is, if you witness this as a person that is, you're with, that's having these panic attacks, is basically, number 1, panic attacks arouse the body to a peak level of excitement, which makes the individual feel not in control of him or herself. The mind is preparing for a false fight or flight mode, however, forcing the body to take over to help the victim face or run from that perceived danger, if it's real or not. Like I said before, with panic attacks, social anxiety, and that, sometimes it's that flee, fight, fright response that basically triggers off, as well as the hormones, which is the cortisol and adrenaline that is released from the adrenal glands into the bloodstream, and the process then will begin. This forms the heart of a panic attack. Mind cannot distinguish between the difference of a real danger from the one that is in the mind. If you believe it, then it is real. As far as your mind is concerned, they may act as if their life is in danger and they feel it like it is. Try to put it in perspective. If someone was holding a knife to your throat and saying, I'm going to slit your throat, when I'm going to wait and keep you guessing when I'll decide to do it, it could be any time now. This is what it might feel like for that person that is suffering from that attack, just to be in their shoes as well. Last but not least on this advice is there hasn't been a recorded instance of a person dying of a panic attack. They can only be fatal if accompanied by pre-existing medical conditions such as asthma or extreme behaviour subsequently result like jumping out of a window. Number 2, watch out for the symptoms. If the person has never experienced a panic attack before, they'll be panicking on 2 different levels. The second, for not knowing what's going on. If you can pinpoint that they're going through a panic attack, this will alleviate half of the problem. The symptoms will include of the following. 1, palpitations or chest pain. 2, speeding up of the heart rate, so you've got your rapid heartbeat beating 90 miles a minute. Number 3 is your hyperventilation, which is your over breathing, you're panting and everything else. Number 4 is trembling. Number 5, dizziness, lightheadedness, feeling faint. This is usually from hyperventilating. 6 is your tingling, numbness in fingers or toes. Number 7, ringing in the ears or temporary loss of hearing. Number 8 is sweating. Number 9, nausea. Number 10, abdominal cramping. Number 11 is basically your heart flushes or chills. Number 12 will be your dry mouth. Number 13 will be difficulty swallowing. Number 15 will be your depersonalization, which is a feeling of being disconnected around you, out of your body, as well as reality. And number 17, headaches. Number 3, if this is the first time the individual that you are witnessing right now has experienced a panic attack, seek emergency medical attention. As the saying goes, when in doubt, it's always best to seek out medical attention immediately. This is doubly important if the individual has diabetes, asthma, or other medical problems. It is important to note that the signs and symptoms of a panic attack can be similar to those of a heart attack. So do keep in mind in this when assessing the situation around you. Number 4, find out the cause of the attack. Talk to the individual and determine if he or she is having a panic attack and not any other kind of medical emergency such as heart or asthma attack, which would require medical attention. If they've experienced it before, they may be able to clue you in to what's really going on with them. So my advice here is many panic attacks don't have a cause, or at the very least the person panicking isn't consciously aware of what the cause is. Because of this, determining cause may not be doable. If the person doesn't know why, take their word for it and stop asking. Not everything is for a good reason. Well, this is a quick overview of the first part of how to help someone with a panic attack. Give me a like for thumbs up for support. Comment below if I missed out anything, or just feel free to comment to say hello below. Feel free to follow me on my social media sites on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more updates that I'm hoping to be doing, regardless of these series and more that I'm wanting to address to you all. Share these videos around to family and friends, like I said, to create an awareness and understanding, as well as just, supporting one another. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.